Hey guys, and welcome back to GodCube. So today I'm going to be doing a really exciting video that I have wanted to do for ages, and finally I'm going to be making it. So today I will be showing you my entire cube collection. Right here I have a massive box that's full to the brim with various cubes and twisty puzzles. So today I'll be showing you all of these and more in this video. There are over 50 cubes in my collection, so it should be really interesting. And you will learn about what I like in my puzzles, and it should be really interesting. So let's dive straight into it. Let's get straight into it then, and first up we have the Rubik's Bear. So this is just a fun little puzzle. It's a 3x2x1, it's very easy, and it doesn't turn very well because it's made by Rubik's. Secondly, we have my GAN Explorer Edition Pyraminx M. This is my main Pyraminx, and it turns super nicely. I do have a review on it, so you can go check that out in the top right corner. Third, we have got the Function Banana Cube. So this is a really fun puzzle that I recently got in my SpeedCubeShop welcome package. It's a bit of a joke puzzle if you ask me, but it's also quite fun to solve. It's a 2x2x3 mod, and it can be very enjoyable. This, I think, is the Moyu Meilong M. I might be getting it mixed up with the RS3M 2020, but I'm pretty sure it's the Meilong. It has a fairly dry, sandy feel, and it's one of the cubes from my best budget cubes video, which you can also check out if you haven't seen it already. Next up is my main Scube. To be honest, I don't do Scube very much. I find it a pretty boring event and don't really enjoy it. But this is the Moyu Aoyan Scube, and I have the dimpled center caps on it. Here's another cube from my budget cubes video. This is the YJ Mini Zhilong M. It actually turns really nicely, and I really like the feel of it. So now we have a broken 2x2. This was my first ever 2x2. It was a Meilong non-magnetic. I got a set which was 2x2 to 5x5, but I lent the 3x3 to my cousin, and we're just going to find out about that now. So this cube has pretty poor turning. It's got quite a lot of lube in it, so it turns fairly smoothly, but it's got a sandy and not very pleasant feel, and it feels very cheap. And the 5x5 I still have, so this was my first 5x5. It turns pretty smoothly, but it locks up a lot, and it pops very easily as I have it on pretty loose tensions. Next we have this. This was once a tangled cube from Cubes UK, but I actually didn't like it, so I bought some stickers and stickered it up. But then in my 250 subscriber special, I filled it with lube and also coloured the face black. So now it has a disgusting lubey feeling, and it has a really scuffed black face. This is my little GAN 330, which is a keychain cube. Normally it's on my keyring, but I just took it off for this video. It's super nice, and I definitely recommend picking one of these up. This is a Chi 2x2x3. It's a very fun puzzle, and it's actually quite similar to a square one, just without cube shape. So it can be quite fun for that purpose. This is the Chi MS Magnetic 3x3, another pretty nice budget cube that came from that video. I actually quite like the feel of this one, but in solves I didn't do very well on it. This is my main 5x5, the YJ MGC. It's a super good 5x5, and I really love it. If you're looking for a good 5x5 that's not too expensive, you can't go wrong with this. This is a snake ball thingy that you can fold out into a line somewhere, and then you can fold it back up into a ball. There it is, but I'm not going to do that now. It's not really a proper cubing puzzle, but it is twisty, so I'm going to count it. This is my Shengshao Evil Eyes, which is actually just an Ivy cube, but with dimples. It's quite fun and pretty basic as well. Here is the first of many cubes from my Trashy Cubes video. This is the one that I got in Germany with a very strange color scheme, and it's pretty disastrous. Oh wow, and it pops all the time as well. This is my main and only clock. It is the Chi Clock Magnetic. It's super nice and very satisfying to use. I would definitely recommend it. This is another of the Function cubes. So this one's the Apple, which is actually just a modded 3x3, but it's easier than a 3x3 because some of the pieces are identical, so it doesn't matter where you put them. For example, these two opposite ones. It's pretty fun to solve. Oh, it's not nice to eat. Next is my Mirror Cube. Ooh, shiny. And this is a pretty fun puzzle. I've also done it blindfolded because you can actually just feel the blocks and work out where they need to go, and that's also a pretty good challenge, so I would definitely recommend that. This puzzle is my most hated puzzle. I wish I'd never bought this. It's horrible. I've solved it 2 or 3 times, and it is the Moyu Megamorphix. It's really horrible. It's actually just a 3x3 with weird shape-shifting and weird mods, and it only has 4 colors, and it's just horrible. Next up is my main 3x3. So this is the custom Unicube GAN 11M Pro. It is very nice, and I got it in the Simon Cheese giveaway, so I feel really lucky with that. I have it set up with some Luna and some Stardust, as you will have seen in a recent video. So yeah, it's a great cube. Here's my first Pyrrha. This is the Chi MS Pyraminx. It's actually pretty decent, quite clicky, and doesn't corner cut anywhere near as well as the GAN, but it is pretty satisfying to use. This is the Fisher Scube, which was actually one of the motivations for starting my channel, as I wanted to make a tutorial on it. It's not very difficult when you know how to do it, but if you have no clue, then it just seems really weird because it shapeshifts and it can get pretty complex. Right, so I think we're about halfway through. Next up is the Chi Gear Cube, transparent. This looks really cool in my opinion, and I really love it. I got this at Christmas in my big Christmas unboxing, and yeah, it's a very fun puzzle. I believe I got this in a lucky dip, and this is a 1x3x3. It's basically a sort of domino cube, and it's quite fun, pretty interesting shape shifting, but pretty boring as well, not that incredible, not that difficult to solve. Now for something that really is that difficult to solve, this is my Sudoku cube, and certainly the hardest puzzle I own, without a doubt. It is so difficult, such a pain to do. I think I've done it once, and I probably will never scramble it again because that was enough of a challenge. But I'm really proud that I did complete it, and it's a great puzzle to have in your collection. Next up is another cube from my off-brand cubes video. This one's actually pretty decent, this carbon fiber cube. It's got quite a lot of lube in it at the moment though, so it's feeling pretty heavy. Here's the first of my two Paw Patrol cubes. These things are just pointless, although this one turns okay because I put some lube in it, so yeah. While we're at it, here's the other one. This one turns horribly, doesn't really turn at all because it has no lube in it. Next up we have a puzzle that is, not really a twisty puzzle. I got this in a lucky dip ages ago, near when I first started cubing, and basically you have to push out the blocks, take them apart, and then rearrange them into this ball. It's quite fun. This is my main Megaminx, the YJ Yuhu V2M. It's pretty decent, although I find it a bit clunky, but the ridges are quite useful to grip when you're in a solve. This is the cube that I lubed with butter, and also one of the ones from my off-brand cubes video. It's pretty horrible, and I really don't like it. This was the second of the 3 4x4s that I've owned, the Chi Wutsue, but the non-magnetic version. So I paid £20 for this, which is a bit of a rip-off because it's pretty terrible. Turns fairly smoothly, but it's not magnetic, so it doesn't line up very well, and I never did very well with it. Here's my MKBHD cube. I really love this cube. It's a really fun puzzle, and next time it comes on the drop on D-Brand, definitely pick it up. It's very enjoyable to do, and yeah, a really great and fun challenge. This is technically my friend's Master Pyraminx, but he doesn't cube anymore, so I've kind of adopted it. It's a pretty fun puzzle to do, and I do know how to solve it. It's not too hard, so yeah, I'd recommend getting one. Here's my main square one. It's a Yushin Little Magic M with a SpeedCubeShop sticker on it. It's pretty nice. The U and D layers are not that great, but the slice is very smooth. And the U and D layers, yeah, they're not terrible. They just could be better. Next, we have another 3x3x1, but this one's more fun because it's also a fidget spinner. And so it's pretty enjoyable. And of course, it's also solvable. You can still turn it, and it's got a more conventional color scheme, which I like. It also looks great in a checkerboard pattern, as you can see. This is a Rubik's brand, my original cube. It's pretty horrible and turns very badly, although I have put some lube in it, so it's better than it once was. Here's a cube that looks like a Rubik's brand, but is not. This is another one from my off-brand cubes video. It's tiled, and it has a weird purple instead of orange, and it turns pretty horribly and catches a lot. This is the Yushin Little Magic 3x3M. Actually a pretty nice budget 3x3, and it came second in my ranking budget 3x3s video. I think it's a pretty decent cube, but there are better budget cubes, such as the Moyu RS3M 2020. This is a very, very good budget release. It's actually, mine is damaged inside because me and my cousin decided to throw it as high as we could in the air in a big field, so mine is pretty bad now, and I could do with a new one, but it used to be fantastic. It's still pretty decent, to be fair. And I would definitely recommend getting this if you're looking for a budget option that will do you really well. Next up, a cube that is very close to my heart. This is my Dian Tengyun M that I made for a long time before switching to my Unicube GAN 11M Pro. I'm still sometimes unsure about which one I should use, as it does turn really well and very smoothly. So yeah, it's a very nice puzzle, and I used it for ages. Here's my main 2x2, not that I practice 2x2 very much. This is the Chi MS 2x2. It does the job fine for me, has nice strong magnets. This is my Clover cube. This is actually just a normal 3x3, but with a weird M layer and weird pieces, so you can make some pretty fun patterns like this checkerboard, which I think looks pretty nice. Here's my MGC 7x7, which is of course my main 7x7, my only 7x7, and a very nice puzzle. Turns pretty quickly. In general, the MGC line is great for budget cubes. My 1x1, very delightful puzzle, very good fun to just have around and pretty difficult to solve. The remaining Function Fruit Cube, this is the Lemon, which is also just a 3x3. I don't like this one as much, I think it's a bit boring, and the apple and the banana, kind of more fun. Here's my MGC 6x6, my main and only 6x6. Also another great magnetic budget release from YJ, which you should definitely go with if you're looking for a mid-range 6x6 that will do the job really well. It's generally accepted to be the best one out there. This is my main 4x4, the YJ MGC. Turns really well, and I really wouldn't want for much more in a 4x4. It also has this lovely SpeedCubeShop distorted logo sticker on it. I believe that this cube is the Moyu Weilong GTS 2M. It's pretty decent. It's actually a friend's, and it turns pretty nicely actually. However, the core is filled with some black lube, and so that's a bit annoying. But the turning is actually pretty nice. Finally, saving the best till last, we've got the Yushin Little Magic 11x11. It's huge, and it's really great fun to solve. And it actually turns really nicely now that I've done a few solves on it. Would definitely recommend it. Super fun puzzle. Pick it up. Not literally. Alright then guys, so it's been a pretty long video. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was very fun to make. And I hope you've enjoyed seeing my entire cube collection. So I have a lot of cubes, and I'm just showing you here how I store them. I think I've got a pretty nice arrangement, especially with the ones going along the back of my desk. It looks pretty nice. But that's going to be it for today's video. I'll see you next week. I've got lots of exciting stuff coming up, so make sure that you stay tuned and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please like the video, tell me your thoughts down below, and make sure that if you're shopping at SpeedCubeShop, use the discount code GuardCube. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.